Francis! Francis!
Yes.
It's died again! We're having a bit of trouble. The generator that we've got is not quite working. It's blown a couple of ballasts of the lights that we have. So we're lamped down from the lighting that we were supposed to be having for this night shoot that we're doing tonight. We've got one lamp completely out, which is one of our main lights, and we're trying to rewire in the middle of the night in the pitch black. So it's a little bit tricky, but we're working on it. Hopefully we'll get there.
Makes it fun
before
though, right?
We run out of time.
Are we ahead of schedule or behind at the moment?
We're behind schedule.
By how
We had a busy. We're about 2 hours behind schedule. We had a busy day today. A few problems with costume, a few problems with makeup, and that's behind anyway. So you know, the trials and tribulations of shooting in a place a long way from anywhere.
Turnover! It's action!
As the millennium was approaching, I was listening to some of the sport commentaries, and I was just so surprised that Abebe Bikila's name wasn't really mentioned as being one of the greatest sport figures of the last century. And this inspired me to go out there and tell his amazing tale.
I met Ross through a mutual friend, and he told me about the story that he had wanted to make a movie of for a while about this great runner, Abebe Bikila. It sounded very inspirational, something that I really wanted to be a part of.
And he told me that he was in Africa. He did his undergraduate thesis in Kenya. And I also lived in Idaho at the same time while he was in Kenya in the early 90s. So I was the African who came to Idaho, and he was the American who went to Africa. So somewhere along the line, I think there was a crossover, and that experience alone contributed a great deal to our process, to our creative process.
The most important thing was to make a movie about Ross's vision for who Abebe Bikila is to him as an Ethiopian and the great hero he was to him. And if we could bring that vision to the screen, then that would be the most powerful way to tell the story. When discussing the casting of our lead actor, I mentioned to Ross the movie Pickpocket by Bresson, who used a lot of non-actors, yet there was something about these characters and their faces that captivated you, and I said it's just all about the look and how they held your attention.
I went to Ethiopia to cast the appropriate person who could play Abebe Bikila. I must say I came back with no one, because in the process I convinced myself that I could actually play him.
He gave me a letter, and I read the letter, and the letter was all about why Ross thought he should play the role of Abebe Bikila.
If I depicted the sensibilities and the behaviors of a quiet Ethiopian man from the mountain, I believe that I could actually play the role perfectly.
In addition to the letter, he also had photocopied a shot of just his eyes on a piece of paper and given it to me in reference to the pickpocket discussion. So I sat there with Ross across the table staring at him thinking, wow, can we really go ahead and do this with him? By the end, I thought Ross was so super intense and had such a great look, and that, I thought, maybe we can do this.
Norway was very cold. We had a very small crew. I think 8 of us were staying in one cabin.
It was a short 4-day shoot with very little dialogue. Philip Pfeiffer was the DP cameraman from Berlin. We picked up local crew, and in all there were just 5 people on set. The Boysons, who are world-class dog mushers, they found old sleds and they brought up 7 dogs to shoot the film with. So in the end, we actually had more dogs than people working on set.
How are you doing, Raz?
Tired, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Oh.
We were shooting a race that takes place over a day, but we were shooting over a 4-day period. And when you're in the mountains and the weather is changing every hour, it was very hard to make a shooting schedule. So we decided that we'd try and have the beginning of the race start in the snow and the end of the race be in the sunlight. Unbelievably, we were actually able to accomplish that and shoot the race from start to finish with the weather changing from snow to bright sunny sunshine.
Except for her, maybe.
Are the dogs out of frame, my friend?
No, they're out of frame.
All right.
Shooting with dogs is very interesting because the dogs only want to run, and the reality of a film set is you actually stand around and wait a lot of the time. So the dogs would start to bark and bark and bark, and we'd be talking and trying to talk to each other and make a plan.
1, 2, 3.
At some point, we just have to send the dogs to run around and then come back and shoot.
Got it? You can tell me when you're ready. Camera ready? Dogs, just go. Okay, get out of frame. Okay, cool. Cut! All right, get down to the grave, please. You get it? Yes, I got it.
We made our first trailer to continue raising money for the film. The trailer had the Norway footage, the beautiful race footage that we had shot on 35, some text cards that explained a little bit about Bikila's life, and then also these archival movies of Bikila running and winning gold in Rome and Tokyo. And so with this trailer, we were actually able to raise our first chunk of money, a big chunk of money, to go and shoot in Ethiopia for the first time. We put together a crew from the US to go to Ethiopia. We had another great cameraman, Rodney Taylor, who had shot IMAX movies in Africa before. We had an amazing key grip, Mikhail Bonsignore, who built everything from scratch. He built a process trailer in Addis Ababa made from just raw steel. I think it was a Toyota axle with Toyota spare tires on it. bringing track from America to Ethiopia, we actually created our own track. So we had this process down where we got everybody together, the whole crew, and we could lay out this track and level it off at the end almost as fast as laying regular track. And so we have all these beautiful tracking shots in the movie that are actually with a plywood dolly on skateboard wheels and metal pipe and 2x4s. And we had a lot of Ethiopians on board to help out. They were driving the trucks, helping get things in and out of the trucks, but none of them had any film experience. So our electrician that was helping out from Ethiopia was an actual electrician, like a guy who would go and wire your house. We had Mezi Argao, associate producer on the movie. Without her, all the things that were happening in Ethiopia couldn't have happened.
Testify. What's happening?
Yeah, I'm making scarf for the fire.
How are you doing it?
I use this one, colorodium, and also the color palette.
We have this amazing guy, Testify, who had worked on some movies in Ethiopia. We were changing Ross's hairstyles. He did Ross's makeup. He was the art director on the film and was building things to go on set as props and everything. And this guy was all over the place.
Losing Mexico, all that's in his head. And then he comes across as priest. You call action. Are you recording?
I visited an acting coach in New York. At first I was doing the scenes in English. But later on, when Davey attended this class together with me, he suggested that I say my lines in Amharic. And I must say that from that point on, the role was much easier and I felt that I was liberated.
Where have you come from, my son? You've been to church today? Did you say the morning psalm of David?
Speed set. Go, Ross.
In addition to the Norway footage, now we had this footage of Ethiopia, which was so important towards the grandeur of the film. And we put together this 4-minute trailer to keep going. I showed it to a producer in Berlin, Darren Welch, with Instinctive Films. He was moved by the trailer and the script and the story, came on board and raised the money to shoot the second half of the film.
You recording?
Yeah.
Traditionally, in Bulgaria, when they get their first shot in the can, the first take of the day of the entire shoot, they celebrate by toasting with champagne, which is what they're about to do now. They don't do this every day, this is just the one day.
So we ended up shooting the film in Bulgaria for England.
Does he realize the condition of his legs?
We do not discuss anything of that nature this early on with a patient. Slowly we're working towards a wheelchair, begin physiotherapy, as well as counselling.
In Bulgaria, we thought that it would be less expensive, plus easier to source all of the sets and the props to make it look like the period 69, 70. It turned out to be true. We just found all this old stuff that looked old, and it was easier to find probably and less expensive than if we had gone to England to shoot.
One of the main challenges of playing Abebe Bikila was that I was actually dealing with two characters. For the first one, I had to lose so much weight, close to 30 pounds or so. And for the second part of the film, in which he becomes a quadriplegic, I felt it necessary to visit the Rusk Institute in New York City to see how the physical therapy was going with the patients and what kind of movements they were encouraging them to do. I must say that again, a great deal of knowledge on the whole process of rehabilitation.
Today we started off with a scene where Abebe is on the Roman chair and he's got some strength back in his arms. Okay, okay. Now back in the arms. Back up, back up. It's good, it's good. And again. I can't believe this is his first acting role because he's just naturally instinctive. And it really takes you back to exactly what acting should be and what it's about. I'll be back in a moment with your supper.
Before the accident, it was a story of success, and Abebe is an international famous sportsman. But of course, such an accident colors their relation. I think it got deeper. That's natural.
She thought that we start for you with 89. That is what this one.
89?
Yeah. You know, it's this.
Okay, so
this one.
she just did that now?
Yeah, she said you wanna say the two.
So outside before it rained, so I'm just gonna be sitting in the bench. Here. Sitting along the bench.
Yeah.
Okay, so they just do that.
Again, we were shooting in a place that was speaking a foreign language. And I had decided with the Bulgarian line producer that we should use a Bulgarian cameraman, DP, because he would be able to communicate better with the Bulgarian crew because very few of the Bulgarians actually spoke English. It turned out to be one of the most difficult aspects of making this movie, to actually direct with your DP in translation.
Защото да снимаш пети отпред никога не е било нещо.
That's why she was saying nigger.
Yeah, in Bulgarian, nigger is not.
I'm just kidding. It's in Spanish too. Don't worry.
I mean, it's not bad in Bulgarian.
I got it.
Няма да стои следващия, няма да бъде хубаво, че по същия начин се изтегля. Това е хубаво с панорама. След това си вържат цената.
След което близките и излизането от тук.
We managed to get everything done on time, and we headed back to Ethiopia for the second time because we had not brought all the lighting to shoot night or interiors the first time because of budget issues, and then also to shoot the Onni scenes because we had waited to cast Onni till we knew we were going to finish the movie, and he had just been cast previous to Bulgaria, so we traveled to Ethiopia and brought Onni along with us.
Shit. You got it. Thank you.
It's very thin air here in Ethiopia, so I can't manage even to walk, and that's a stupid thing for an old sportsman, don't you think?
Quiet, quiet please, and rehearsal, action!
Abebe, the Emperor is sending you to England. All will be fine. I will follow you there soon.
Cut it. All right. There. It was cool. You turn. You didn't. The ones with the looks. Did you feel like?
I think that was pretty good. I mean, we could always do one, you know, for safety.
Okay. Let's go back. One more.
The most difficult scene to shoot in the 2 weeks that I've been here There's been a few, but I think probably shooting in a theatre with 500 extras, that you need to sort of organise and try and entertain during a hot day was a little bit of a challenge, but I think that was probably the most difficult scene for me.
Hello. So let's get
That's good. That's fine, I think. Come on.
Okay, we have to close here.
I thought shooting with 500 extras, that will be total chaos. The extras were unbelievable. Everybody was so patient. That many people in the theater with as few people we had helping out was like a miracle.
Theater, take one. Set. Come on.
عندكم ወደ ሀገር ወደ ሱዳን መመለስ ትፈልጋለህ?
I will only leave when I can bring the Ethiopian sunshine with me.
ፀሐይ ማዕከን የምድር የትም አትንቀሳቀስ።
The film is about Bikila. That's the main story. My part is about friendship between two men from two different cultures.
What is it? Huh? ¿Qué son ellos? Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, they don't have a mirror. It's too big.
Hello, Sweden. Here I come.
Flag out of the way, boys. Yeah. Go.
Okay. One sec. I got it. Okay. I mean, he has to go in, really go in, doesn't he?
All right, Ross, now you get
Guys,
up and you run
nobody
away.
moving around when we're shooting. I'm seeing people in reflections of the bumper. Go!
Good. Set.
The movie focuses on the day of his accident on this one road, traveling back from his home area to Addis. Ross and I both felt that it was important for us to go back to all the original places. So we actually shot the accident scene literally in the same place where Bikila turned his car over.
Okay, come on, Alu, again. I asked. Captain back. Can this guy drive that truck? And I was told yes. Back in the car. Please, we go back. Fuck. Yes, yes, don't turn the engine off. Okay, get in the back.
That's the one I just put.
No. Where's the one that I just gave you? In return for this one.
That's the one you gave me now.
No, it's not.
Toby, you have only 17 meters. Toby, you have 70 meters, it's enough?
Thank you, yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so clear this area here, please.
The dashboard.
There.
Okay, cool. All right, we're good.
That's it?
Here we go, Toby.
Hey.
That's fine.
Oh, what a day.
What a half day. We got a night, bro.
Right, coming out.
How's it going, Sammy?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll see.
That's okay.
This place has fascinated us because it's kind of a very small place. It's called the Thursday Market.
The name of this town is called the Thursday Market. And we're shooting it on Friday.
The generator's on fire. Not sure, but I'm now going to check.
After much back and forth and lights on, generators on and off, it seems like we're preparing for a rehearsal. We actually shot this bar scene in Ross's uncle's house. We moved him out of his house for 2 days and built the set into his house.
Yeah, please. Our last day.
Last day.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good, I think.
That's good. Last day of shooting. We've done it. Thank you very much, my lovely. Thank you.
It's good. 53, take 3.
Mark. Set.
ወይ ጋሽ አበበ
ለምን አመሸሽ?
አላወቅኩም ነበር እኮ። እንዴት ነህ?
እግዚአብሔር ይመስገን።
ደህና ነህ?
ሁሉ ደህና?
እግዚአብሔር ይመስገን።
ቆይ እስቲ ግድ የለም ቆይ እዚህ ማደር ይፈልግልሃል እስቲ ጅና አንሶላና ፍራሽ ይዘሽ ፊት ለፊት
አያስፈልግም
እንግዳ ማረፊያ ታድራለህ
ግድ የለም እዚህ እንግዳ ማረፊያ ታድራለህ
አዲስ አበባ ነው Right then.
Yeah, I'm so happy that it's done peacefully.
Thanks, bro.
Ethiopian unit.
That's
the Berlin
right.
unit.
The Berlin
Still
unit.
way too.
Yeah.
Say something here, over
I'm
here.
tired. Too tired for words.
Happy?
I don't know. I have a long editing road ahead of me, so I'm not done yet. But we're a good ways there, so that's positive.
Abebe Bikila was not only an Ethiopian figure, he was an international figure. He was the first African to win gold at the Olympics. So playing him was such a great experience, and I knew there was so much burden that I had to carry, and I feel honored.
ደፋት ሀገር ክንደንበረ አንደ ቆላፍ እንደ ግሪሳ ያረፈል በወርቆ ተነሳ ፋና ሀገር ገባ ሳይሰናበተኛ ጀግና ወታደር ሰው ማደርገ ያ ጀግና ወታደር ሰው ማደርገ